I'm sure you've all heard of flan or creme caramel. This dessert is very well known in Spain and in Latin America. But like any other classic dessert, it can get kind of boring. So I'm gonna give it a really cool twist today. That is actually a family recipe. My Argentinian grandmother used to always make it at home because it has walnuts and ladyfingers. And at the end, it's gonna have 2 layers. So you're gonna see how cool that is. So I'm gonna start with making some caramel, and that's simply a cup of sugar and 3/4 of a cup of water. I have it here boiling, and as you can see, it's already turning golden brown. I don't want it to burn too much, so light golden brown, it's actually perfect, which is what I have right here. I'm just gonna pour it in. This is just a cake pan, just to bake any cake, small like that is fine. And I'm gonna twist it around the edges so it covers a little bit of the walls as well. And that's it. I'm just gonna leave it here because it needs to set. So I'm just gonna put it here for a second. Right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure a couple walnuts. And I'm gonna put them in my food processor. And 4 ladyfingers that I'm just gonna cut in half. Okay, and process it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here for a second. Now what I'm gonna do, that you're gonna see this is so simple. I'm just gonna put every single other ingredient in my blender. So I'm gonna start with a can of condensed milk. And if you want, you can actually use the can you used for the condensed milk to measure the other 2 ingredients. It's actually half and half, about 7 ounces of each, milk and heavy cream. So I'm just gonna actually measure it here. And in Latin America, and I'm sure in Venezuela where I'm from, we actually use the powder milk cans that we buy in the supermarket to make the flan, which is really cheap and really, really cool. So once I have all of those here, I'm gonna put 2 egg yolks. And I'm gonna put 3 whole eggs. And just a teaspoon of vanilla to give it more flavor. So I'm gonna blend this very well. And I'm just gonna add the contents of my food processor in here. I'm gonna press it one more time just to blend everything really, really together. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my pan with the caramel and I'm gonna pour everything in here. Now tell me if that's not just really easy. So what I have here is actually just a baking pan that I fill with about 1 inch of water. For about 1 hour and 45 minutes, cover with aluminum foil at 350 degrees. Once it's done, just let it cool for about 30 minutes before you unmold it. And what the ladyfingers are gonna do is that they're gonna help the walnuts rise to the top. So when you unmold it, it's actually gonna be on the bottom and you're gonna have 2 layers, which is exactly what I have here because I have one ready for you. Look at this, this is absolutely beautiful. And when you taste it, you feel the crunchiness from the walnuts and then the creaminess from the custard and then something really sweet on top. It is incredibly delicious. So you can see how easy this is. So I really hope you try it at home. Enjoy it.